Good morning, HikeTalk. Big D here. Oh man, what a great last few weeks. Feeling amazing. The Green Juice Cleanse was a really big, impactful, fun, exciting change, improvement in my life. And I hope you'll give it a shot. Figure out which one works best for you and go get it. But, if nothing else, it'll certainly give you a change, some experience, do something new and exciting in your life that you may or may not have done before. But I'm a true believer now, and I will be doing it at least once a quarter, maybe more. We'll see. But I definitely understand now that you got to have faith, you got to believe, you got to try new things in your life. The only way you're going to have significant change in your life is if you're willing to put yourself out there, be vulnerable, and try new things. And my friends, that was a new thing that I'm really excited about. Sometimes you try things and you put all your effort into it and it just wasn't something for you. Fantastic. You know what not to do. You know what you don't like, but you got to believe, you got to have faith in things. And this is a nice segue into our talk and hike talk today and one of the key components of the health domain, my training module or training system of the E.S.P.N acronym that I use for, again, these simple tools for individuals to have something really quick to go to in their minds. The health module, the easy way to remember all the key components of the health module is E.S.P.N, right? The sports network. And we talked last week about the emotional components, or the emotional component of health, how powerful and how critical it is in your life. Created the acronym G.F.C.I, gratitude, forgiveness, commitment, intention. 4 main keys to start this health module. And what's so great about these pieces we're talking about now is something that you can do right now, right away, to start getting results in your life. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to go hire mentors. You don't have to join anything, do anything other than just do something using one of these techniques, one of these ideas to get results. And that's what I want to help you do, is get results. So, health, E.S.P.N, the E is emotional health, the S is spiritual health. And I'm not going to take this into some deep religious rant, if you will. I want to make sure I'm separating the concept of spirituality from religion. I believe that religion is just man's version of spirituality. It's whatever they've come up with, whatever they've created. And really, I think here's a formula for you. If you like formulas, this is what I believe religion is the concept of, it's turned into, is spirituality plus a lot of money equals religion. And I'm not down on any particular religion. I'm not down on religion. I just think when religion becomes the driving force of you being a spiritual person, then it focuses too much on man, too much on what the person that's teaching you wants you to know and understand, as opposed to how you can interpret the rules of your religion. So now I want to just focus on spirituality. Let's get the separation of religion out and recognize that I don't have a theological background as far as in-depth studies of any particular religion. I've done a lot of studies of many religions. And the one core root component is spirituality. And that's why I wanted to make sure that this was a key piece in health, because it's so critical in your life to recognize that, guess what? There is a higher power than you, pal. Right? And it's something I really didn't understand when I was younger. My mom was raised hardcore Catholic. My dad was a Christian. And I wasn't raised in a church. My parents both wanted us to believe and understand that, that there is a higher power, that there is some type of God, and then I'm ultimately gonna have to figure it out for myself. And I thank them so much for allowing us to have that ability to decide for ourselves. And unfortunately, I didn't. Sorry, we got some stranger driving down the easement. But unfortunately, it was like in most things, we're so left up to, as a young person, our own devices, if you will, of discovering these things, that it's tough to have any type of path unless you have somebody help you and set you on a path. And that's why this whole living Kaizen model is so important to me, is that I developed it specifically to fix my issues and people like me. And I recognize that there's very specific traits, qualities, and issues that we all share. And so my mission was, just like I do in business, is I synthesize all the data, the situations, the people, the things that come into the model, and develop a plan of action, and then we get to work. We manage and measure results. Unless you have some type of model to follow, you really don't know and understand what to follow. And in this talk of spirituality today, I'm not going to drive and give you some necessarily deep plan to follow, but just some things that to take into consideration and recognize. This is not necessarily the time or place for too in-depth on this subject matter, because this is a very, very deep personal experience for all of us, which is you developing some type of connection to everything around you, everything around us in this universe. And I'm not going to get woo-woo, and so many people, if you haven't had, like in anything, you haven't had any experience in a certain area, then you have instant resistance. And that's what we're taught in the US, is if I don't understand something, just instantly resist it, which is just a shame. Instead of saying, hey, I want to explore this thing, I want to explore this idea, which is what I hope you do. I hope you take this time to recognize that spirituality will be the most important, the most key, independent thing that you could ever do in your life. Mostly because when things are really bad or things are really good, you have to recognize that we never do any of this alone. Whether we like to believe that we're self-made, are we self-decision making? Yeah, in many ways. The challenge is all of our filters and belief structures been ingrained into us from other people our whole lives. And so, are you really self-made? Got to ask yourself. You want to become self-made, that's the air quotes, then it's going to be incumbent upon you to become self-made, which is take the bull by the horn, so to speak, and decide that you are the one that's going to make the difference in your life by going internal, going deep, recognizing, understanding. And we're going to talk a lot about this concept of being self-aware, which will be these things I say, everything's the most critical part, but they all are. You have to have, when you get done with a puzzle and there's one piece left, right? It's not done until that piece is in the puzzle. No matter how good it is, no matter how cool the picture and image is, it's just never done with that hole sitting there. And this is what life's about. If you don't have the series of pieces, the amazing thing about it is we have the pieces, but whatever the picture, the image is, it's actually on the puzzle, you get to change, right? So if that piece has an image on it that you don't like, oh my God, this is the greatest component of spirituality, is that I have individual belief, I have individual faith, I have individual decision. It's not controlled by anybody, it's controlled by me, if you choose it to be. Making decisions in life is one of the hardest things to do, because growing up, all decisions are made for us. This is the role of a great parent, of a great guidance counselor, if you will, a great guide, a great role model, mentors. This is, again, such an important piece in our lives, to develop the intuition, the sense, the feeling. We've I guess culturally, we've always decided that women are the ones with intuition, and I think they're just smart enough and to tap into their feelings so early on that's why they get labeled. And again, I'm not saying, trust me, I've learned the hard way to not listen to the amazing women in my life, to not listen to my amazing wife, and not trust her intuition. And it's rarely wrong. Tough thing to admit, but her intuition is rarely wrong, even when she doesn't have all the facts. And this is something that's so amazing, to be able to tap into some superpower that you have already built into you. It's already inside of you. This is what's so amazing. And until I started developing this vulnerability in my life, I significantly had to change the way I thought about things. And when I did, meaning what I was willing to share with people, because I didn't want to look like an idiot, foolish, or show other people that I actually failed. And I'm telling you, this is the greatest thing you'll ever learn in your life, is to help other people see your shortcomings, yet you're still moving forward, yet you're still getting results, right? Yet you're still making the money, the income, the buying the stuff, all these things, the trappings of success, which is essentially the lure, because that's what we put on. That's where we as Americans, we put all of our focus on this stuff. We don't put the focus on what's really important, which is our health and our relationships. We put it on the stuff. And until you start developing this model inside of you that there's only one of you, that's it. On this planet, there's one of you. There may be people that kind of look like you, maybe people that kind of act like you, maybe people that teach like you, but there's only one you. And this world needs you. Everybody has value. Your job is to seek it, is to understand it, to figure out why were you the chosen one out of the hundreds of millions of or trillions of cells that create a human being. Why were you chosen? Just happenstance? You got to ask yourself that. Why was I chosen? And if you can't come up with a reason, again, this isn't your fault. You weren't trained to recognize the unbelievable, beautiful human being that you are. And maybe in your mind you don't think you are. But that's okay. We can change that. We can help you change that. We can help you discover who you are. You need to be around people that will believe in you, just because we recognize that you were made in the image of some God, of some Holy Spirit, and that you were destined to do amazing things. That's why you were one of the chosen ones. That's why you were one of the trillions of sperm that was seeded. What did the seeding? You realize how special you are? Man, if you don't, It's time to start focusing on how special you are. What are the things, the unique abilities, the qualities, the areas that you've won in your life? You know, maybe you're a mom, a stay-home mom. Your role is to, at least this is my belief, just like it is for the father, to develop amazing, wonderful, loving kids that are kind and are trustworthy and are helpful and curious in the world. That's what I believe the role is of parenting. And moms are given this amazing and unique ability to have this connection with kids. That is just the most magical experience that I can't have as a father, because I didn't give birth to that child. I didn't have those experiences. I can only have the experiences that I've had, which is incredible, amazing, you know, to even have the kids. You know, I'll tell stories in the future, but you know, it was crazy. We almost lost Dylan, my boy, at birth. It scared the hell out of us. And you know, but he was chosen. That's why I'm such a huge believer. And yes, I have two amazing kids, but they were the chosen ones. Not because they were born to my wife and I, but just because they were born. They were born into this unbelievable universe. And they can add tremendous value. And, you know, I hope and pray for them to seek out whatever it is in their life they recognize, to find their true path, to make a real impact on this planet. See, spirituality is so much more than sitting in a pew and reading whatever scripture you believe in. It's action. It's actually doing. It's actually taking responsibility and living those words. I hope you're getting this. Spirituality is, to me, is developing a connection with the universe, with everything around me. And for those of you that have not experienced this idea or this model, I just can't wait for you to live in a place of joy. And this is just deep introspection, deep learning about yourself, about recognizing the amazing abilities and talents that you were blessed with, and then taking them into a world and adding value to other people's lives. See, that's true community. To me, that's true religion. I don't need to put a name on it. It's just humanity. Well, I guess that is a name for it, isn't it? It's an amazing name. And unfortunately, we're still fighting each other all over the world because, you know, that person believes in one particular model of religion. Another one believes in another model of religion. And I'm pretty confident that the gods that everybody espoused to wouldn't want us killing each other. Because is that really living and adding value to the universe? So I think everybody that was born, that was fortunate enough to be born, can add value. And unfortunately, so many people don't get that opportunity. And I want you to have that opportunity. And I don't care what age you are, when you get the opportunity or you finally realize that you are an amazing, unbelievable, unique soul, unique being on this planet, and that it's time for you to step out of whatever you've been hiding behind. It's time for you to go make a serious impact in other people's lives, and most importantly, in your own. Let's start with you, and then let's go see how many people we can help. I hope this message lands. I don't want to get into anything deeper than that right now. But man, I hope this message lands with you. And just know that you are an unbelievable human being wherever you are in your life. And you can always be better. So let's go figure out how we can do this together, being better. So let's go get them today. God bless. Hey, and go Wildcats.